Today in the Soap Thing project, I am going to do a shave with 345 Soap Company Tight Lines. This is a Creed Aventus type scent. It is a beef tallow soap base. It's got donkey milk, camel milk, goat milk, and a lot of other high quality ingredients. It's kind of like a Declaration Grooming type soap that way. 5.8 ounces for $18.95. Quite competitively priced, if I'm being honest. Not quite as much as Sterling, but pretty close. Pretty close to Sterling prices, given the way things are going in the economy currently. Wonderful scent. Wonderful scent. I actually just got done making a tutorial video on how I would build a lather with a high-density badger brush, because I know a lot of people struggle with that. It will tend to ingest or eat their lather. And we are going to see the result of that, because I sort of left that video on a cliffhanger. So here it is. Here is the same soap I just made. That video, that tutorial video, was filmed literally like 5 minutes ago. So the soap hasn't had a chance to sort of wither away and dissolve. It's perfectly good to go. Now, wash my hands for a second. The aftershave is going to be Fine Platinum Aftershave Balm, which is sadly discontinued. You can still get Fine Platinum Aftershave Splash, but in my opinion, the balm is amazing stuff. When I found out this was getting discontinued, I bought quite a few bottles of this, so I've got some on reserve. That's going to be the aftershave. It's the same Creed Aventus type scent. Actually, Fine Accoutrements has a different take on Creed Aventus that I think is closer to actual Aventus than this is. Artisans tend to do two things, one of two things wrong when they are recreating Creed Aventus. It either is too fruity or not smoky enough. In this case, we have a scent that is not smoky enough. Versus the Fine Platinum is very smoky, like old batches of Creed Aventus. Anyway, we're getting into the weeds. That's the soap and the aftershave. The razor is going to be the Parker SoloEdge. This made quite a splash a few months ago, and I wanted to get my hands out and see what all the fuss is about. It takes half DE blade, so you have to split a double-edged blade, in this case a Lord Platinum. I have used this once off camera, and I learned the hard way that I should probably be using mild blades. So let's just go ahead and put the blade in here. I have already a split Lord Platinum blade. Wow, can't speak already. My face is not cooperative today. There was a little bit of that on the tutorial video, and now we've got some here as well. So this unscrews, like so, and the top comes off. Not too dissimilar from a Merkur 34C. So where these grooves end, right here, is where the base plate is affixed into place, and it just spins freely. So that is how they can get away with having a two-piece razor. Alright, Lord Platinum blade going into the razor. Now, this can be a pain in the ass to load if you don't do it carefully. Here it is resting right where it's supposed to, and I'm just going to try to drop the head right on top. I had issues with like holding it improperly and it would unseat the blade. So just something to keep in mind. There you have it. Parker SoloEdge. This is, I guess, a brass handle and chrome-plated zinc head. It's, you know, what you'd expect from Parker. It's a budget razor. That's the razor, and the blade and the brush is going to be, of course, this 26mm Sawdust Creations Manchurian Fan Badger. Okay, I I guess I don't need to pause. This is normally where I'll pause the video and make a lather off camera, but I don't need to do that for obvious reasons. So let's just go ahead and wet the face. I have slightly less than, or slightly more, excuse me, than 2 days of growth. One thing I'm going to do is get as much of the excess water off of my face as possible, just to prevent further diluting of lather that is already predisposed to it from a high density brush like this. Just over 2 days of growth. I actually haven't been doing that many shaves. You've been seeing videos on the regular, but off camera, I actually haven't done a shave video in 2 weeks because I'm ahead of schedule. It got to be busy, and so I decided not to do videos for a while because I was something like 2 or 3 months ahead of schedule on videos. But now I'm back at it. So I'm trying to record videos way out in advance. That way when I move back to the States in late May, I might take, a few months off and not do any content. And that way people have something to watch. All right, here it is. It definitely looks fine. Let's see. Cinch strength on the 345 Soap Company Tight Lines is a perfectly average 3 out of 5. Not weak, not strong, perfectly adequate. 3 out of 5. And as you can see, this is a huge knot. These types of brushes really haven't fit my use case in a while. And so I've been slowly, selling them off. When I get back to the States, there's probably going to be a bunch of giveaways. Because I am trying to slowly get out of this hobby. So basically what I'm going to do is when I get back to the States and get access to my full collection, I am going to cover everything that hasn't been covered yet, that I haven't had a chance to show everybody. And then as I burn through stuff that hasn't been seen yet, it's going to go in a box and eventually either go to get sold or go on a BST or go into a giveaway or something. But I intend to go from about 250 soaps down to about 20 in the space of a year. And then I want to be done. That's my plan for the long-term future. So, okay, we have a Parker SoloEdge with a Lord Platinum blade. Let's see how this goes. This one might be okay. The first time I did a shave with this off camera, I used a Gillette Nasset. And it was a shred fest. Like, freaking blood everywhere. It was bad. It was bad because this thing is kind of blade feely. My very initial first impressions of it is it's a blade feely kind of razor. Yeah. So, I'm trying to be careful how I use it so as to not push too hard or overshave. Alright. First pass safely out of the way. Let's talk about Creed Aventus for a second. So Creed Aventus, they didn't list any notes for this, but the notes are pretty obvious. You can look them up on Fragrantica or Parfumo, something like that. It's got apple, bergamot, blackcurrant, lemon, pink pepper, pineapple, patchouli, jasmine, birch, ambergris, cedarwood, musk, and oak moss. So what this shakes out to be, for those of you who don't know Creed Aventus, the one or two of you out there who have been living under a rock. This is basically a pineapple-y, birchwoody, slightly smoky, musky, somewhat aquatic sort of thing from the ambergris. It's got some black currant in it. There's some citrus notes that kind of mingle with the pineapple. It was kind of a revolutionary scent when it came out. When Creative Ventus came out in 2010, it was just a sensation because it was unlike other things that had been going on at the time. I'm going to give this some water, which is against my better judgment, but it feels like it needs just a touch of water. But yeah, Creative Ventus was a sensation when it first came out. It was really popular and a big surprise from what I read. Because in a lot of ways, it was kind of just a straight out of left field scent. I mean, it's a Chypre, which is not a new type of scent. Chypres have been around for a long time. But this came out and had a very particular use of just pineapple and birchwood and other elements that were just unexpected and not seen that often at the time. See, now I have kind of a thick lather. So yeah, the lathering process, which was filmed in the tutorial video, it was a long process, but the end result is exactly what I was looking for. A really thick, slick, satisfying lather. So yeah, that's Creative Ventus for you in a nutshell. The reason you haven't seen me use Creative Ventus since that often is because I personally think that Creative Ventus is just not that interesting. If I'm going to shave with a Creed type scent, a scent dupe, I actually think Silver Mountain Water is a much more interesting scent. That would be Sterling Mountain Man, I think. Or no, maybe that's Creed Himalaya. I can't remember. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. But there are a few companies that make Creed Silver Mountain Water type scents. I know Murphy & McNeil makes one. I'm drawing a blank though. I can't remember what that scent is called either. I'll put that at the bottom of the screen. Those are the ones I think are the best if you're looking for Silver Mountain Water. Sterling Executive Man is Creative Ventus. Ooh, I can feel like that's going to burn. I got to be careful going through there. It's blade feeling, man, I'm telling you. My attitude towards this scent is it's not bad. It's a good scent. But Silver Mountain Water is just so much more nuanced and interesting to me. It is an older scent. We're talking about, Creative Ventus came out in 2010. Well, Silver Mountain Water came out in the 90s. So... Or no, Creed Silver Mountain Water is Sterling Mountain Man. Creed Himalaya is Sterling Ramblin' Man, I think. There's a nick right up there, which I don't usually get. Nicks on my lip. Well, and I think I just drew blood right there too. Maybe. I don't know. This is a blade feely razor, and I'm already leaning towards it's probably not for me. but I am going to put it through its paces and use it quite a lot on video like I always do, and we'll just see what happens. But usually with razors that I end up enjoying, I have a very beginner's luck sort of shave the first time, where it's just amazing. Razors that I shave with the first time and I get a bad shave, they usually don't get much better, and they end up getting drop kicked out the door. So, but that's just how it is for me. But I will go ahead and put it through its pace. Yeah, I drew blood right there and right there, and that one I could feel it when I was like, oh, there it is. That's gonna draw blood. Okay, fine platinum. It's just too blade feely for me. The blade forwardness of it is not something that I really enjoy in razors anymore. I tend to prefer blade neutral razors, or if it's going to be blade forward, the amount of positive exposure is so low that's practically negligible. Again, that's just me. I'll put it through its paces with a wide variety of blades, and we will see if I can make a good shaver out of it. That remains to be seen. Okay, that is the shave for today. Just did the fine platinum aftershave that smells like $1,000,000. This just, Creative Ventus just smells like success. I will never argue that it's a bad scent. It's just not very nuanced or compelling or interesting to me. I just think it's been overdone at this point. I almost forgot. Could I recommend this for a purchase? At the time this is being filmed, this is an available scent. It might not be by the time it goes live, but at the time it's being filmed, this is available for purchase. Yeah, I think if you're looking for Creative Ventus, this is one of many. So I will go ahead and give it a thumbs up just because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I said, Creative Ventus is a decent scent, but I think it's just been overplayed. I think it's been overplayed to the point where there's a certain amount of resentfulness towards it, and stuff like Creed Himalaya or Creed Silver Mountain Water are used less often and just have more depth and more nuance to them. I just think they're more interesting. That's just me. Okay. Gotta put these nicks to rest. So that's it. That's the shave for today. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching.